Steeler Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. And also welcome to Steelers Dynasty Podcast, Bubba and Shane. Fellas, what's going on? It's Tuesday.
Schedule's out.
What'd you say?
Do you know it?
Yeah.
Do you know it? Because there's a lot of rumors going around.
A lot of rumors. Rumors that Aaron Rodgers wants to wait for the schedule. What do you think of that?
Oh, I was golfing with him the other day.
Yeah.
I was caddying for him.
Didn't you buy his groceries, Bubba? Weren't you like?
Well, I caddied for him. He was five under par on hole number 8. And I go, hey, are you going to sign with the Steelers? He's like, hey, Bubba, why don't you get away from me? That's what he said. Like, okay.
You know what? Because today's show is, I thought this was Panthers Dynasty Australia. He will not let that up. You wear one fucking hat. There's a hat in you show the hat to the audience. They'll never get rid of it. Because today's show is about the Dublin game and Steelers versus Vikings. I thought Shane was going to turn up in like a little green hat and, to be sure, you got the right beard for it.
Yeah, my son's girlfriend's Irish, but that's the only Irish people I know.
What's that got to do with it?
That's a connection.
Oh my God.
Did you guys wake up this morning to see the news on Good Morning Football, or were you sound asleep? Because I stayed up.
I knew yesterday. So
because of that's what I mean. So many I'm glad now that I haven't seen anything to do with the schedule besides the one game. Oh, there is one thing I can bring up with maybe a leak for week 1, but there hasn't been too many leaks in terms of the whole Steelers schedule. So it should be quite surprising. But yeah, this does go back to last month when they said it was going to be week 4, which I should book the hotel then. But I didn't want to book a hotel or hostel based on a rumor, So
yeah.
Right, you got to see everything written down so you can get your.
You can't book on a rumor, even if
Joey,
it's true.
God bless you for your service, Joey. He's overseas.
Oh, I thought Joey wasn't Joey on Blossom?
No,
what?
And Joey don't even know what Blossom Show is. He don't even know that show.
I don't know what that is either. What's that?
It was a show, and Blossom, who was on The Big Bang Theory, started on a show called Blossom when she was a young kid.
No idea.
Yeah,
Joey Lawrence.
Never in my life.
Joey Lawrence.
Keen Heartthrob.
So are you fellas, is there any chance I can get you guys over there to Dublin? Is there any chance, Shano, you'd come over, like with a holiday with the kids?
And I don't think I'm going to go back. It's a great place, but I've checked that block.
You've been there before?
Mm-hmm.
Are you now are you just now stuck in your Steelers homebody ways where you want to sit in front of the TV and chill? Are the days of going to Acrisure or overseas over?
It's hard to even get me out of my goddamn basement. So just respect, You're lucky I have pants on during this show. I was playing, so I wear pants now instead of the short shorts. I have
step it up!
Wow,
no more booty shorts.
And you got the hat and hoodie on too. So look, this is huge because I got to travel 25 hours by a flight to get there to Dublin. I'm willing to do it, but I got to figure out how and maybe a why as well.
Is this a rematch? Is this a rematch game? Because when they played overseas a couple years ago, Minnesota just destroyed us.
Thumped them up. Yeah, they played in 2013. We looked it over last night. Adrian Peterson tore him up. He had 150 yards, 2 TDs. Big Ben threw for 51 times and completed 35 times. Jericho Cotchery from memory, he had 100 yards. Le'Veon Bell had 2 TDs, but he had like 40 yards. They killed us. They absolutely. There's no defense on our side. The Minnesota Vikings ran all over us. So I guess it is like a rematch, but it's in Dublin, and it's like we played there in 1997, I think, against the Bears for a preseason game. So now it's 2025 for a regular season game in Croke Park, which Tom told me yesterday, the international fan. He said it was 78,000 people. A lot of people, So normally it's used for like a soccer stadium or football stadium, as they call it over there.
Do they give
it's a pretty big event
to everyone that comes in?
Pardon?
Do they get a free potato?
I don't know. Free potato, free Guinness.
Yeah, maybe.
Irish vodka or Irish? What's an Irish whiskey? Irish whiskey. Jameson.
Of it?
Yeah.
Jameson.
I don't know. I've just got to like, yeah. Daredevil says stay with Owen. I'm not too sure about that. I do like my own hotel myself. Camp outside the stadium. He says, yeah, it's gonna be insane. The amount of like, I'm in a chat, right? There's a Steelers France, Steelers Germany, Steelers UK, all these different Steelers people in this chat that I know some of them, but we're all planning to do what we want to do over there with Pittsburgh and get a bar and the draft thing over there, but in Dublin. A guy's already calling from Steelers France. Don't know his name, but I know him on Twitter. He's already calling pubs and bars saying, "Hey, can we rent this out for everyone to turn up?"
Nice.
So I'll have more information. Like
it's like an international delegate.
Yeah, this stuff's nuts, man. Like because we've all met in person and we all saw the Ravens game, which was fun. But once you're kind of on the internet and we know people inside the community, right? We know people from like Daredevil and Gene and stuff like that to other guys who, what do they call it, 6 ways of separation or whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Kevin Bacon. Everybody knows Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. Mm-hmm. We're all nuts. We're all insane about our team, and this year is going to be a fun one. But yeah, this was the rumor last time a few days. The rumor was, week 4, September 28th, Vikings versus Steelers, and it came true. Every single one of these ones came true. So someone out there is leaking stuff or it's getting out. But yeah, Vikings go to Dublin.
The Vikings got to live over there.
Yeah, that's the first time in NFL history they're playing back-to-back games not in America. Is that insane?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like that's tough but as a Viking fan, if you're living in Australia or America, that's one way. Do you know what the good thing about it is? If you're a Viking fan and you never travel overseas, it gives you a reason to go overseas. Like if you're a young bloke or young lady or get some friends to go over, you go to Ireland, to Dublin, then you go to London and come home. Like 2-week break to see you later. I've got a mate who I used to work with on the syndicate. What's his name? I forgot his name. But Trey, he might be going over to 2 games. But that, in a travel sense, fellas, that's fucking tough.
That is tough. And the thing is, though, it's even tough for the Steelers because when do they go over there? When do they practice? You got to get the time differential, the field. And it's good thing about it is they're playing earlier in the season. If they're playing in November, I would be a lot more worried than I would be in September.
Oh, come on, you guys. But Mark has to go 25 hours. They go over the beaches of Normandy.
Yeah, but Mark's going to be partying. He's going to be podcasting. He's going to be eating potatoes.
Yeah, Mark, but like
Irish stew.
Like the Steelers football team has like trainers that can rub them down. Wait a second.
Well, not too far.
Wait,
not like the Justin Tugger situation where
they don't do that in Ireland. It's against the law.
Hands free. That sounds even worse. All right, so here's another thing, fellas. Yeah, yeah. This one I saw. Oh, this is really bad graphic, but apparently this is like a leaked NFL schedule week 1. And this is apparently the Dolphins are playing the Steelers at home. I don't think it's true though, because the Pirates are playing there too.
And that is a shitty home opener against the Dolphins. Like the
Dolphins are a shit team, aren't they? Yeah, there's nothing to me. There's nothing exciting about the Dolphins.
Nope.
Like Tua's like hanging on the edge of his life every time he runs around and could be concussed or whatnot. Yeah, first time in someone's back-to-back in different countries. Yeah, that's insane. So like Ireland, England, then come home. For the Vikings. That's
so much travel, and
but they're already going to be used to that time zone.
But still, they got to get on a plane, Shane, and then they got to go to another country. They got to set up a training place.
But it's equivalent to just driving or flying to Myrtle Beach.
Well, every beach looks the same over here.
Yeah, but
not over here.
No.
Like I heard every beach in Australia is beautiful, but you got some shit beaches. Like you recommend to people you don't really like.
There's just some around here. If you go up north, you just don't. You should not swim in them because there's crocs in there. That's one big reason why you just don't. You're not allowed to, and you don't want to swim up there. And also the box jellyfish too. When you go up north, it's bad.
And then they have great whites.
Well, but it's going to be a home game anyways for the Steelers. That's going to be a home game.
Yeah, this is because this year the Steelers have 8 home games and seven away games. I'm pretty sure, so it's like an extra one because that's like the rotating thing around the 17 weeks. I think it's going to be an exciting thing. Like I've talked numerous times, and I'm against America. What do you guys think about American football being played outside of America? I've never heard you guys' take on this.
Shane, go ahead, and then I'll give mine.
I don't. You know what? I don't have like. It doesn't. It's not like. It's not like some white girl wearing dreads. That's not appropriated. I don't feel that way. You guys can, take an American football. You can throw it around. Now, I do think some people get hurt feelings when Americans throw a rugby ball overhand. I seen some people get a little bit upset with that, but it's expanding the sport. I think it's good for. I think the NFL's been trying to poke that bear for a while, and finally they're getting some games over there.
It's working too. We have a lot of fans here in Australia, and there's a lot of fans all over the world now. It's definitely working.
Right. So we'll see, and they're even talking about maybe playing a couple college games overseas, but I don't know. That was rumors the Big 12 was talking about 3-4 months.
What do you think, Bubba? What's your thought on American football being played not in America?
To me, it's the travel, it's the fatigue, and Mark just left. But I'm okay with it because it just adds to the NFL revenue internationally. It's just makes it bigger, but also too, it's a lot of wear and tear on teams going over there, getting ready. And going from that, that's my only thing. And I know the NFL is and in your country is loved as much as hopefully it is over here. And you got your fans that love it, and you got your fair weather fans in other countries too. And sometimes they don't understand American football, but that's okay. But they learn and they want to be a part of it. They want to see it live. Now, eventually, I feel that they're going to have teams over there. Eventually, there's going to be 1 or 2 international teams that will ride over there and play their whole season over there.
Real quick, where would be the 2? Let's get 2 cities globally that pop in your mind that would be probably.
I got 2. They probably do Germany. Football's big in Germany, Berlin, and they probably do UK.
I do London and Germany.
Berlin and London, yeah.
And also they're already flirting with the idea that the Vikings can stay over there 2 weeks in a row.
Well, they can stay there forever.
Which is testing it. So, but you'd have to add like 34 teams, I think, to the. I like it being 32. I think until all 12 teams who haven't won a Super Bowl, they shouldn't expand.
Well, here's my thought. You could not add 2 teams. You'd have to add 2 or 3. I would say 3 because you want them to play. Maybe 4 because
maybe 4 because then they can play off each other
in that little area, like have like an AFC Super East. You know what I mean? Like Madrid, Germany, London. They would play each other in that conference, and then maybe play for the AFC Championship.
But if you had 36 teams, I just feel like somehow, I don't know, the NFL might fuck it up. Don't break right now. It's awesome. It's 32 teams, 16 each. It's done.
It weakened, and right now, if you have the more teams you got, the weaker the. It's hard to find a good franchise quarterback as is with 32. So if we had 36 or 38 teams, it seems like it'd be watered down, kind of.
But definitely, I think like they've talked about expanding the NFL. But right now, the model that exists is 8 divisions. It's all in like perfect math. 32 teams, 16 each, over 17 games. It just seems like it's working.
What about Australia? Do you think Australia could?
No, they wouldn't have it. No, because that's just too far away. Like they're coming down here next year for 3 years in a row doing the Rams game. But that's like these guys, the Steelers got to fly to Dublin, which is 5 hours away. The Rams got to fly from LA to Sydney, which is 14 hours away. That's why I don't like it. But I have said in the past, I wouldn't go to a game here because I don't want to be surrounded by, fans who don't know football. same time, there could be fans in America who don't know football.
Yeah,
There
that
is.
happens here.
There is.
So my things changed a bit, but I still do preach though. If you're a fan of your team, if it's Green Bay Raiders or 49ers or even the stinky Browns, you should go to your home ground. Like that's where it's at. Pittsburgh is where it's at, or like your team is where it's at. You have to see a game in Australia first, or you got to see a game in Mexico City, fine, it's fun, right? But go to your home ground, go to your Mecca. You know? Got George here.
Or you would go for the Steelers, you would just say you'd spend a week in Latrobe during training camp and even get that feel too. You know what I mean? Just to see the players live.
I get that feel when I go to Giant Eagle. I went to Giant Eagle and I got T-shirts to give away.
Wait.
They had a bin. Listen, for our giveaway, they had a bin with Russell Wilson shirts on sale. I got us to give away. They're larges, but hey, you know what? Squeeze in them. A Micah Fitzpatrick one and a Fryermuth shirt. So, hey, I feel that way when I go to the Giant Eagle.
Is your Giant Eagle, is that a gas station or is that a clothing store? What is that?
They have a gas station called Get and Go, but it is a big grocery store.
It's not the one you took me to, right? That similar one? Like, what was it called? The other one you took me to?
No, not Sam's Club, didn't you?
Sam's Club.
It's not like Sam's Club. It's a traditional grocery store. But their frozen food section in football season, every handle, they stick a terrible towel that they sell. That's how they display the terrible towel.
So if you want the true experience, you have to go to a Giant Eagle for a Steelers fan.
Yeah. Probably Sprankles, Giant Eagle, what's another place? Bilo. Those are all like Pittsburgh.
Well, what do they call Giant Eagle as slang? Giant Eagle or something like that?
Just go down to Giant Eagle. Giant Eagle. That's how they say it. Well, and back in the day when the Clark Bar used to be big, you know, when you go to a Steeler game, you go going down in the Clark Bar and that.
What's a Clark Bar?
It's a bar.
Oh, looks like the bottom pub for me down here.
Yeah.
Go on the Clark Bar. All right, just quickly. So Sean has here. Thank you, $2. And by the way, all these different donations and coin, I do appreciate.
Thanks, Sean.
It's going to help me go to my Dublin fund. You know, I've got to figure out. This is not easy from Australia.
Do a GoFundMe.
Yeah, I'll be doing something in the near future. I'll probably be doing a 24-hour stream. I'm probably going to tick it off, and there's going to be, you know, to help pay for my flights because this is a very, very far. Like I thought America was far. Fuck no, this is like all the way on the other side of the earth. So, and I'll be there, and I'll be streaming or doing something over there, some kind of football content. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I've got 4 or 5 months. Holy dilly. He says FSU versus Georgia Tech or August 24 was in yeah, that's right. They played there. Yeah. So they've had a few college games here and there. We had a college game in Australia, but they cancelled it after the first one. It was Cal and someone. Yeah, it was Cal, and they traveled 17 hours to get here, something like that. It's terrible. You know? Alrighty. So, fellas, what's going to happen tomorrow? We're going to go live again, waiting for the schedule.
Yeah.
Is there any games that you want to see week 1? Does it matter?
Ravens.
I don't want that week 1.
Yeah, I want it. I want it bad. Hey.
Yeah, it'd be nicer to knock them off and get the win over early.
Just glove it up. Boom. Boom.
Yeah. Get back that.
It'll take the bad taste out of our mouth.
Let me bring up. I'll see if I've got
Cincinnati. Some AFC, and we get that win early instead of playing them in November and December like we did last year, like 5 games in a row.
300-yard Bukaki party right up the middle.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll bring up the opponents. I'll bring them up. I think I've got them here. So you want Ravens, Bubba, to
let's go. Just straight up.
I can handle the Browns week 1.
It's always Browns week 1.
Yeah. Give me the Ravens. They fucking ran 300 yards on us. We shut them the fuck up. and we go right there. First game, right then. Mason Rudolph, 320 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Well, I don't know if you saw this, Mark, but they installed this past weekend a ticker, a big countdown.
Yeah, I saw that down on the North Shore.
Yeah.
300 some days.
That's pretty cool. 340 something days. Yeah, I know. Then the season will be over. I'm going to bring up the opponents for us so we can have a bit of a look. We haven't really done any. Schedule predictions really tough. We might do it tomorrow. But, yeah, you want the Ravens. I wouldn't mind that either, to be honest, to have get that bad, playoff taste out of their mouth and shut them up, shut all the Ravens fans up, make them start 0-1. We would start 1-0.
Yep.
That would be interesting. All right, I'll put it on this side so you can't see me, and a bit of shade will be off. And I'm going to save it because we've got, Buffalo, Green Bay, Colts, Dolphins, Minnesota Vikings over there now.
I don't want Buffalo early.
We did beat them that one year, though.
I know.
Buffalo. All righty, let me bring it up. Here it is. So let's all make our picks. You want Ravens, Bubba, and
yep.
Shane, I'll give you the selections here.
Okay.
Got half your face. So out of those, I don't know if it's going to be a home game, but who do you want? Who do you want to face week 1? Like, who do you want to get at?
I personally, I'll go first. I would take Cleveland or Cincinnati. I definitely don't want Buffalo. I don't want to see the Ravens. But, give me the Colts, Cleveland, those are all, or Cincinnati. Those would be my picks.
So Cleveland, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So what it was, the rumor was so far was Dolphins at Pittsburgh. I don't know how true that was. But, I'm kind of with Bubba the same. I wouldn't mind seeing the Ravens versus Steelers week 1, like Monday night or Saturday night, something like that. But they always seem to have them during the middle of the season.
That'd be a prime time game too.
Yeah. I think what they might do, to be honest, I legit, they'll probably do the Jets. It could be like Jets versus Steelers away. We go on their house, Justin Field, build that storyline up, Aaron Rodgers storyline.
Probably.
That's what I'm thinking.
Last year they didn't get the Denver Russell Wilson matchup.
No. They did get the Smitty versus the Falcons one, though. We won 1-0.
Yeah.
But storyline wise, they might not go division. They always if they pick a division, it's always Browns.
What about
Browns or Bengals?
What about if Mr. Rogers signs, and then you go with the Packers?
Yeah, true. That could be Packers versus Steelers at home.
And that'd still be a big matchup. That's not going to be a 1:00 game.
It's going to be interesting too, like how they space them out. Because last year they had divisional 4 games in a row.
That was terrible.
So yeah, and when you think about it, it was pretty bad how it all worked out. But we were on.
You guys, he wants the Ravens game first, so hey, maybe there's something to that.
Because then you know what you have. So at training camp, what you've been training for, and you want to put it all out there that first game and just take them out. And it's good to take them out early. We need all the advantage. We need all the advantage we can get.
I think of it like a heavyweight fight. You're coming off a rough loss. You want to kind of feel your way back. Get someone on a schedule you can handle. Even if you have maybe a bad round or two, you can still make it through. You guys want to just say, hey, we got knocked out. Let's go after the biggest, baddest dude.
Well, that would help the fan base to be almost one in front and shut the fucking Ravens up, because they'll keep talking about it all season that we beat you in the playoff game, yada yada. Then once we have one over them, it's like, oh, we got the last one, so shut up.
You want to be like Mick when he handpicked all those opponents for Rocky to get his stats up at Rocky 3, and then he got soft.
Yeah,
he got soft, and then Clubber Lang come in.
If you fight him, Rock, you're not gonna fight him with me.
You bum.
Killer, you're a bum. You don't have it anymore, Rock.
You're a bum, Rock. You do that voice so well.
A killer.
Oh my.
Get up, you bum.
But that's what you want, though. You want us to, get stuff,
right,
the easy way. But that could hurt you in the then it's false sense of security, Shane. It's false sense. That means we think we're all that in a bag of chips, and then we go up, and then we got Clubber Lang.
5's equal 10, Bubba.
Here's a different question. Where the team is right now, I know we're far away. Who's the team the Steelers are most ready for? Like who are they like most prepared for in terms to get a win week 1? I have an answer for you.
Go. Let's hear it.
Yeah,
you guys don't have a go? Okay, I'm telling you right now, it's the Bengals. Bengals are slow starters, and I think the way that the Steelers would play them would be a scrappy game, a 13-10 game. People don't like that. A 16-10, low error count, like low passing, running, and getting in Joe Burrow's face, and they would force him to throw the football because they're always slow. They come at the gate like 0-2, 0-1, 0-3 last year, and they're never fired up because they don't play in preseason games. You get them week 1 at home or away, you get a quick touchdown or 14 in front, and you just play defense the whole way, and you frustrate Burrow, and you win the game. It sounds easy, but that's just the way they play. They play
and their defense is going to be really, really bad.
Really shit. And they haven't as well. Because I wanted to segue into this. Trey Hendrickson came out today and had a 25-minute speech saying he's going to sit out the season if he doesn't get a contract. The Bengals are so stupid putting all the money in offense, and maybe this is why the George Pickens thing isn't that bad of a thing, because they put 57% of their money into offense. And we often say the Steelers get a bad rap for defense. They had their best player on defense, had 17 sacks last year. They can't sign him. They won't sign him. Stupid. Sorry. Bengals are dumb.
Wow. That's not good, but it's good for us because there's dissension in that team. So it's great if we get him in that first month. That'll be good. But we are going to have to
play their starters.
We are going to have to be offense. We are going to have to be an offensive, calculated machine, not to mess up, because that offensive firepower that Cincy has, it's like a thoroughbred in the Kentucky Derby. Like we're going to be right. I don't want to be riding a jackass.
I just played in the same way we played the Falcons. Is just play short passing with Justin Fields or whoever the quarterback is. Get balls in field goal range, chip, and Mike Torn plays it close to his cards to his chest, and the Bengals will make mistakes because they never play Joe Burrow in preseason, and he warms up in the first week and it's offense. And if you haven't paid Trey Hendrickson the money, I think the Steelers would have an easier fight with the Bengals. Not being like week 9 Bengals is different because they're already amped up,
Right.
So out of all them, I think that they would be the best team to verse because they're just slow starters, like repeatedly every year. And they haven't figured, they're not going to figure this Trey Hendrickson thing out, which he's the best player on defense. How do you not pay one of your best players that just got 17.5 sacks?
That's because they don't have any money.
They went and paid T. Higgins, like the contract, right?
They don't have no money.
So, but Sean says here, as long as it's not Baltimore, thank you, Sean, for the $2 to my Irish fund again. As long as it's not $2, it's not Baltimore week 3, But because I wanted to also talk about the George Pickens thing. Shana, what are your thoughts about that? You guys were spot on last week. I said not going to happen. Happened an hour after.
Clock is right once a day.
Yeah, but you were spot on. You said they can't pay him. They said it was better off getting him. What didn't you say? It was better off getting rid of him because of drama.
Okay. First of all, it's better off to get rid of him because you're going to get something for him because there's not enough. I said this last week. There's not enough of love to go around because the Steelers are going to run the ball a lot this year. It's just the way it's going to be.
But they have to pass paying DK all that money. He is not going to sit on. He's not going to sit on the sidelines and not get all these receptions
unless Dan Marino takes gets the Fountain of Youth enema shoved up his ass and he loses 30 years and he comes back and throws like he did it in Miami at crazy numbers, or you have the reincarnation of some great from back in the day that just throws the hell out of the ball. It's not going to happen. You're not going to have that type of offense in Pittsburgh. They're going to run the hell out of the ball. You're right, guys. But DK and Pickens both want 1,200 yards, 1,400 yards. Last year he had 700 yards. He drops a lot of balls. I said last week, pack his shit, tell him to hit the skids. and they
He did.
did. And they got a third round, the sixth round. That's not what we had said. Bubba wanted a second round. I wanted a second round. That's what we were talking about. It didn't happen, but they got something, and it's some equity. And maybe next year's draft they can move up a little bit. You never know.
I just think, Shane, that they couldn't get anybody on draft to give them what they wanted and get a higher pick. The Raiders and Cowboys weren't giving it to them, and they probably sat. And then finally, they decided, hey, Cowboys, we'll go with a third. But for me, I know they wasn't going to sign him, but to have both those two playing as a Steeler offensive receiving core, we haven't had a 1-2 punch like that in probably a long time.
Well, it says Stallworth and Swan,
Well, Louis Lips and Stallworth, and you had, even with Hines Ward, you had Wallace, but that was a subpar.
Yeah.
At AB, there was no AB, and then Juju came around.
Yeah, but you had
that wasn't like as big as it could have been
in check, and you don't have that now. It's the Wild West. You got he wears that Fire Marshal Bill. Looks like he just got out of a race car. He has that mask on all the time. That
okay, well that too, but
there was I did like the days too of Montavious Bryant and AB was there. Some they had Big Ben as a quarterback. Shano, what do you think? Because I go back now. When they signed DK Metcalf, was it writing on the wall then? Yeah, we had known when they signed DK Metcalf that he was gone?
Well, I think Pickens thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to get paid. And then they signed him. And you guys know for a fact they're not going to spend $100 million on two guys. What is it, 150 on one and 100 on another? That's not going to happen.
That's what the Bengals did this year. 57% of their offense is three players.
That's not going to happen. It was really outlandish and strange, the fact that they signed DK and what they did. We were sitting here just like, oh my gosh.
I know, insane.
So un-Steeler-like.
But they didn't have a quarterback and they paid him $155 million.
Well, I think I
think they thought that they were already going to have somebody and it didn't go down the road that they wanted. And then they already had this money out there for him and they had to sign him.
Now I think also they thought, well, this will help us lure in Aaron Rodgers for a couple years, maybe.
Yes, probably.
So,
but it's interesting because also George Pickens came out and said that, and I won't repeat the whole thing, but he said it was the cheap organization. Is there any truth to that, or is George just being salty?
No, there's truth to that.
There's truth. It's true. I sent it to you, Bubba. I don't know if I sent it to you, Mark. But they rated by the players the worst franchises to play for, and the Steelers were in the bottom 5. They talk about facilities and just being.
But who rated that? Who rated that? Because many players come over here because of Coach Tomlin, and you go and see
facilities and how they negotiate, and it's just a bunch of. You can make any criteria you want, but this guy just did it. And surprisingly, the Vikings were like number 2 or 3. But it was interesting to see that. And we touched on that before.
I guess, do the Steelers have a receiver problem? Is it the Steelers' fault that they're getting rid of these nut jobs that are like AB, Bryant?
But how many nut jobs do we have to have in our receiving core over the last
6 at the moment,
years?
6 in the last 10 years.
I swear to God, it's like a movie.
Well, Steelers fans love crazy until crazy loves them. You know what I mean? It's just like that old saying about girlfriends.
Yeah, and I guess like George Pickens, because imagine being late for the plane to Dublin, and all these kind of things. So obviously, look, I did see one take. Someone said, "Oh, this was a bust." He went and got George Pickens. It failed, right? Well, at the time, you're kind of maybe hoping he'd work himself out of that, ego, or he'd grow up a bit. Obviously, he didn't grow up. And obviously the money wasn't there. So, there was no money there for him.
If he wouldn't have got hurt, this past season, he probably would have had over 1,000 yards. Okay. And when he was hurt, we had no viable number 2, which hurt us. And right now it's the same situation as last year, kind of like, and some of these draft classes that we have, like there's like, if Broderick Jones and Troy Fautanu don't pan out as tackles, these last couple draft classes are not been very good. So
Well,
I don't
Kenny
know
Pickett's one. There's like no one left in Kenny Pickett's draft.
I mean, that whole draft class is gone, right?
Yeah, but I think that was Kevin Colbert's last one. This Omar Khan was the year after.
Like, did he just throw a match and say, "F it, it's my last draft class. No one will be around in 4 years."
I don't know why he was allowed. You know what? To be honest, I don't know why he was allowed to draft, and he left like a month after.
Yeah,
I never got that.
Done. And look what happened. That's terrible. Terrible.
Let's bring it up. Let's bring up the 2020. Was it 2021? Is that right? Steelers. Is that correct? Or no? Am I wrong? I'll bring it up.
2023.
The one with Kenny Pickett, right? 2021. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I think you're right. That's bad.
No, 2021 was 2022. 2021 was Najee Harris.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the only guy left there is Zell Loudermilk, and Pat Frymuth from Colbert's years. So it must have been 2022. All right, let me have a look.
That's terrible.
2022 is Kenny Pickett. Pickens gone. DeMarvin Leal, I think, is he still on the team?
He's still there, yeah.
Hanging around. Calvin Austin, he's working out. Connor Haywood, I think he's on the edge, but you never know. Mark Robinson and Chris Oladukin. So 2 big picks of Kenny Pickett have been wasted, but that was the last time. That was the last time Colbert did something. And then the year after, being 2023, the last 2 years, right? Omar Khan driven, which was Broderick Jones. We still got to figure that out, I think.
Right.
But much better, getting bigger and better. Joey Porter was a win. I think Keanu Benton, he's a win. Darnold was probably a win. Herbig, looking to be a win. Corey Trice, Spencer Aaron is all the team and guys who are projected to go far. So we are really in the rebuilding, retooling stage with Omar Khan. You know?
Yeah.
Why was Kevin Colbert, love the bloke, but why was he allowed to do the fucking last draft and then leave?
Should have never done that. He should have been like, he should have gave the baton of drafting to Omar Khan and Whiteout, and then let them do it and just bow out gracefully.
Yeah, maybe next week we'll look at some draft classes and go over it.
Oh, there's some bad there. I mean, I've seen some bad draft. Steelers over the years had some bad. That they might have had some good, but they.
Like recent ones, like not too far back, but recent ones. I do want to bring up a comment though from JJ52. He says, "Hot crazy matrix, like the hot crazy girl matrix, is kind of like talented crazy matrix when it comes to receivers."
That's right.
But have you ever seen a team that one position it's so chaotic? Can you name another team that has a most chaotic position?
I think other teams have these problems too.
But maybe we don't see it because we're not invested like we are in the Steelers. But maybe one player, maybe in a decade or something, one player, but nothing like. I mean, the
thing is, the Steelers can sign the receivers; they do well, and then like Mike Tomlin does well with that player. The next minute, it all falls apart before the second contract. The only,
what I too. Okay, and hear me out. I'm not making excuses for these young men, but the only thing kept Bubba and me from being absolute animals when we were younger is the fact that we were poor when we were like in our 20s, right?
And 30s, 40s, and early 50s. I was poor. I don't know.
We had money when we were younger. We would either be in a coffin or doing the same shit these guys do.
Yeah, I agree.
These young guys grew up without shit. And then they get a little bit of money, and then it gets to their head.
Yep.
They have the talent, and then they just become divas and pains in the ass. It happens with all of them. Everybody loves them until they start being, get so full of themselves. And it's kind of an adolescent male thing. It's not
like ballers,
a white thing. It's just young men do stupid shit.
Well, look at Ben. Ben did some stupid shit. Then he he grew, you know what I mean? He had to grow up, or, Dan's like took him in the office. Is like, hey, Ben, grow up, because you can't be acting like a party asshole, in your early 20s. You can't be driving a motorcycle and putting your head through a window, and he was probably shelling money out because he was a Steeler quarterback. He was Mr. Big Time. And that happens. I can see that happening.
You want it right there. If you weren't going to college and you did all your stuff right, and the next minute you get given they sign a $4 million contract, and you're 23 years of age, and your buddy's like, "Hey, we're going out of town." What are you gonna do? Stay home?
You're not eating chili dogs at Sheets. You're eating whatever, and then the girl's like, "Oh, buy me a drink." Well, I'm buying you. Buy everybody a drink.
Yeah, maybe there's something to it. Steelers River says thank you, $4.99 to my Irish fund. Thank you very much. Just get my flight over there. Love the Akadaka shirt. You guys don't say Akadaka, do you?
What?
Akadaka shirt for ACD.
What the?
Hang on. We need a ray gun reset. Be right back. Hang on a minute. We're gonna tackle this.
I'm speaking. Can you hear me? Can you ask me a question? Yes.
I feel resetted. All right, we're gonna tackle this.
Okay, please do.
Akadaka. Nothing.
Is it?
Because he's been traveling the world.
No,
is that what they? Go ahead.
Silliness of Australian. I just know that you'd abbreviate. It's just
Akadaka.
No, I've heard it. I'm just
Bobby. You've never heard of that?
No. I'm sorry. I live in Indiana, Pennsylvania. I love AC/DC all my life. I've never
Akadaka,
heard
bro. You've never heard Akadaka?
No, not named. No, not
AC. That's what we call AC/DC. Akadaka.
Well, you're an Australian, so you would because they come from Australia. It's your. Now I feel like what? I was like, what are you talking?
No,
about?
I want to listen to him, bro. I want to listen to him. I knew that'd get you. Every week I try and get you.
I just get stunned.
Yeah, Akadaka, bro.
Is that what you guys seriously call them over there?
100%, man.
Well, what do you
Akadaka.
call them? Aren't they Australian?
Yeah.
AC/DC is affectionately known as Akadaka in Australia.
I did not know that. Like I learn something new every time we do a goddamn podcast.
Yeah, I can't wait. You guys have to come over for a game over here. I don't get Chad out of his basement. It'd be so funny to see you mix in with Australians.
I'll come to Australia before I go to Ireland. I would
go to Australia before I go to Ireland. I wanted to go to Australia when I graduated out of Marion Center. Me and Matt Morgan were going to be sheep herders.
No, Baba, you're full of shit. You're going to be.
No, I'm telling you. We were looking it up, and Australia was hiring American people to go over there and work at these companies.
That's all.
I'd have been a sheep herder, not the wrestling sheep herder. I would have herd sheep.
Yeah, so it's spelled like this. It's like ACCA. What is it? Then DACCA. Akadaka.
Well, they were just in Pittsburgh last week. Akadaka was just in Pittsburgh last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
That blows my mind. Like
Daredevil says, "Oh,
different."
And yeah, thank you, Steelers River for the $4.99. But where is he? Daredevil says, "Blasting Akadaka outside of Macca's."
Why am I the last person to know anything on these shows?
I just think it'd be so funny to get you in a random bar in the pub and just talking to a real Aussie Australian bloke, and he'd just start talking to you. You'd be like, "This guy is on crack."
I'd be like, "What?
Where is he from?
Hell?
Are you okay, buddy? Do you need some help?"
Do you guys have jukebox over there? Like, do you put money in a jukebox?
Oh, yeah, they call it a music machine. I'm fucking with you.
I was like, oh my god, what do you call it?
Put that money in the music machine. You mean the jukebox?
The jukebox?
Nah. The music box.
Bob would need a translator.
I would need a translator.
Yeah. G'day, Paul.
God, hey Paul. I don't get out much. I mean, I try. I try to be scholarly. I mean,
that's fun.
I did not know that. Akadaka.
Some of these shows, when there's no Steelers football, it's just as fun as Steelers football. You know what I mean?
There's a lot. There's still a lot of Steelers stuff out there. And I don't know, but I don't know if we're gonna sign. What the hell's that?
What's that, mate?
What is that?
Well, I know what it is. Hang on a minute. I know exactly what it is.
Is that one of those Walt Disney bears?
It's
what the hell is that?
My
Did I get rid
wife
of it?
bought all these Toy Story things for her class.
Oh, that's what it is. That is good.
That fucking cracks up every time. I love that dog. That dog was like my childhood.
The insult dog.
That dog was my fucking childhood, dude.
Oh.
It was, and I'm still. Oh, that was so much fun. He walked around New York and stuff like that, and just
Yep.
attacked them all.
I just pooped on you.
For me to poop on.
Oh,
Let me sniff your butt.
he was.
Well, anyway, I was looking at Steelers stuff about. I don't know if they're going to sign. I don't think they're going to sign a number 2 receiver. I don't think they are. But they had somebody. they had somebody from Memphis who was like 6'4". What's his name?
Rock. Yeah, that's up there.
Yeah. I saw some highlights of him, man. He was pulling in some nice catches.
Speaking of that, the Steelers signed a running back, Trey Sermon from the Colts, like to be backup. Could be
third. He was a third round pick. He was a third.
Yeah, contending for Cordero Patterson's job. There's another guy to the room too. They signed another guy, a halfback from somewhere. I can't remember his name. They signed what's his name?
Well, they signed 3 people from that rookie mini camp. That's all they.
Aaron Shanklin's gone now, which is his name's hard to say, so wish him luck. But another dude signed as a halfback, and there was another big bloke too as a guard or tackle. Was a guy called Warren.
Oh, he was
huge. Was like 6'6". I saw some highlights of him too. 6'6" guy. So they're this is the fun part of the season.
Guy.
And they're going to be signing people. They're going to be waivering people. It's like a chess game. If they're not first teamers or second, they got to get on that field and they got to make an impact.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where it went. It was the 3 blokes with Trey Sermon from the Colts, 3rd round pick, battling with Cordell Patterson.
He's an Ohio State Buckeye.
Yeah. The big tackle was 6'6" bloke, and the other guy was another halfback. So they're moving and shaking, definitely. And I know, Shane, you got to get out shortly, haven't you? So
yeah, guys.
Any final thoughts, Shano?
Have a good one.
We'll see you in Dublin.
See you tomorrow, Shane.
Kisses.
Oh, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Shane.
Holy. They got Akadaka. I knew they'd get you.
Yep, it did.
I knew that Akadaka, because we just make shit up all the time.
Yeah, and it scares me because I don't know what's going on.
Well, we use the same English language, but it's just completely different. Like what I say is, if you give a sentence, we grab that sentence, throw it in a blender, turn it on, and then whatever comes out, it's just what it is.
And you probably turn it up on high.
Yeah.
And it's already like soupy. So when you just pour it out, it's
it's like the alphabet letters that come in the cereal. Like it goes all over the shop. But it's almost like when 2 Australians are talking, you kind of know what's happening without something even being said.
Yeah, but this American wouldn't have no idea if 2 Australians. I wouldn't have no clue.
That's why. Oh yeah, yeah nah. Wait, yeah nah yeah means yes. The whole thing means yes.
So you write that all out, and YES is simple.
Well, it's like someone says to me, yeah nah.
Part Australian?
I think he is. He's probably from Perth.
Okay.
So when you say like, yeah, nah, if you're like, oh, do you want a beer? I'd be like, oh, yeah, nah, all right. We go.
Just give me a beer. Yeah, I'll take a beer.
You say yes.
Yeah.
Nah. It's just like, so yeah, nah. He's got a bit exaggerated, right? But when you say yeah, nah, it's like, yeah, nah, yeah. It's whatever you finish last. When you're almost really indecisive to say what you want to actually say.
Okay.
Oh, if they're equal parts to yeah and nah, do they? No, they don't. I don't think they do.
Yeah. So 86, I wouldn't know that either.
Yeah. Nah.
Well, do we need a quarterback? A good quarterback? Nah. Yeah. Nah. Yeah. I don't know. Like,
kind of like that. Because I think when we'd say, oh, do you want to go out to get something to eat? Oh yeah, I'm starving. Or I'll be like, oh yeah, nah, sure, I'll be right. It's just we're always indecisive. It's up and down.
So I'll be all right means I'm good. I don't know.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got that. Ooh,
Sean says Mark's songs and American songs are not the same. No, they're not. So my thongs are pluggers. Have you ever heard of it? Sandals? You know, like what do you call it? Flip flops.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So we call them thongs. Right. So someone stole my thongs the other day, and when I say the other day, that was probably like fucking 2 years ago. Right. We don't speak in
thongs
accurates.
are flip flops to you. Thongs over here are like girls put, you know.
Yeah. So when I say like someone stole my thongs, they're
that's
like
your sandals or flip flops.
Yeah, someone would be like, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
I'm like, I left them at the front. They were at the front.
Oh my god.
So,
gotcha.
Yeah, but there's no, she'll be right. It's just many things.
So what
like
do you
that.
say in Australia when something goes down and like I'm in a pickle?
I guess like if something's bad happening, sometimes when I'm at work now, like I'll be that sarcastic. Like if I drop my coffee, I'll just be like, "That's really good. I'm so happy I dropped my coffee." You know, I fucking love that. I didn't need a coffee anyway. I'll get another one later.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Like,
we were. I dropped my coffee.
We were. What was it? We were at my wedding the other day. It was raining, right?
Okay.
And it was raining a bit. It's like, oh, it's there's not rain's nothing. Like you just got to just palm it off as best you can.
Wait, what?
Like,
palm it off?
Like if it's like pissing down rain,
okay,
right? Pissing down rain somewhere, you'd sarcastically just say, it's not that wet. Oh, it could be wetter. You know what I mean? Because you're just taking the piss. Like you're just like, oh, it could be wetter. It's not that bad.
Well,
and you're just getting fucking soaked.
You're getting rain showers. You're soaked.
Like me and my friend the other day were playing Call of Duty, and we played this map, and it was the worst map of all time. And we hate the map, and we were saying this map is so great, I love it. We're very sarcastic people.
Oh, okay.
And when the other person is on the same tangent,
cynical. Very cynical.
Yeah. We're very sarcastic. So it's like if it's pissing down rain, I'd be like, oh, it's pretty dry out there, isn't it? You know, fucking oath, it's good. Oh, heck, weather for ducks out there, mate.
What'd you say, weather for ducks?
Yeah, weather for ducks out there. G'day, what up, David? Who's going to be your starting quarterback, dude? I don't know. I think it's going to be Rudolph at the moment.
Mason Rudolph right now.
Yeah.
With Will Howard being our second string quarterback.
They're still trying to string us up with Aaron Rodgers and that kind of stuff. I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest. I think it's more Ayuk story. It's going to happen. Would have happened by now.
And we're not trading for Kirk Cousins. I can't see that happening.
Yeah. Like there are times now, and Jeddah was right. Like the sarcasm is the best part. When I'm like in chats now, I'll just be like, fire Tomlin. Because most people know that I don't.
I know you are. And you do it on our show, and I'm like, oh, Shane, he's already fucked off because he's already Burns pissed off. It's like boom, 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 boom. And I just
like
laugh.
if we got beat down 55-0, I'd be like, that was the best game the Steelers have ever played. You know? It's like a coping mechanism for Australians. We're very, very, very sarcastic people.
Well, I'm very passive aggressive, but I just know that everybody that says stuff, it's never ever going to happen. Because Mike Tomlin is the longest tenured professional coach in North America.
Yeah, I had that the other day here.
And he's the last one in Pittsburgh. I mean, we got rid of Shelton. We got rid of Sullivan. We got rid of 2 coaches in Pittsburgh in less than a week. Tomlin's the last one, and he is not. He's going out on his own. They are not getting rid of him. And I just want to play off.
That's all. 4 years on YouTube tires you out talking about Tomlin because it's just never ends. Rams Radar with Payo. Shout out to Payo, man. He's got his own little Rams channel. He'll be coming probably to Australia.
Hey,
Payo, are you coming to Australia? I think he's from Canada. I'm pretty sure
what's Payo mean? What's Payo mean?
I think it's his name.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's his name.
Okay.
No, Rams Radar with Payo. I think Payo has a Canadian Rams channel on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
And the Rams will be coming to Australia next year in 2026 in September.
Oh, you're going to set something up with him? He's going to come out there?
I don't know. I'll be down there. I've never met the bloke, to be honest. I just know he's got a channel.
Well,
he says, "What are your
that's how you network?
What are your predictions for the Steelers?" I'd say.
Oh man, wild card.
I got 11 wins. I think 11 wins. I say 11 and
10
6.
or 11, 10 or 11, we're in the playoffs.
Yeah, I say 11 wins. I think Steelers can win 11.
If we win 11 with Mason Rudolph and win one playoff game, that we're already ahead of the game.
Yeah, so yeah, Payo's from Canada. Payo is my username, and I can make the trip if I can make the trip that I want to, 100%. Yeah, that's next year in 2026. Start saving your coin now, Payo, because actually you've got an international game as well. I think they have international. All right, which one was it? Yeah, they're going to
7.
England, week 7 versus the Jags.
Oh, that's Jags suck.
Yeah, so they've got one game over there. But yeah, Steelers, not Steelers. The Rams are playing in 2026 in Australia versus someone. I would probably say it's going to be. G'day, Ralph. I would probably say it's going to be, Rams versus, I don't know, maybe like Eagles or someone like that.
Cleveland.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm trying to get to Dublin. I need to figure out a way. J Devil says Goldie Mason 12 and 5. Yeah, Sean 10. I think we're around there. We're around 10 and 7, 11 and 6. You know,
I mean,
division games. Ooh, 4 and 2. We win our divisions, man. We beat the Browns 2-0.
I'm gonna go 5.
We can split with the Ravens, and we can beat the Bengals or split with them 4 and 2.
Oh, Ralph, I didn't know you moved. Ralph moved out of Pittsburgh. Maryland.
There you go.
5-0. I'd say 5 and 1.
5 and 1.
I'll go 5 and 1.
So who you beating? Browns?
Sweeping the Browns, sweeping Cincinnati, and splitting with the Ravens.
Yeah, I can see that. I'll go 4 and 2. I'll go beat the Browns and split the other 2.
Because if we get 5 wins, or if we have a winning division in our division, like we are, we could be, we could beat Seattle. Seattle's coming to Pittsburgh. We're not going to Seattle. The Jets, we beat the Jets. Now Buffalo is going to be tough. Yeah. Oh, you put that back. So Bills is going to be tough. The Colts have been having our number the last couple of years. And the Bears, and we got to beat the Patriots and the Jets. Like, I mean, it's hard to say who, but I can't say, we're going to go, one game 17-0, but
so just a real quick prediction. What'd you get out of that? How many? Because I'll do it too. How many did you get?
1, 2, 3. I'm going to say a loss would be the Bills right now. I think we could probably beat the Packers. The Colts have been having our number as of now, but I think us going overseas, I'll take Minnesota now. So the Lions and I see us going. I'd say 12 and 5.
All right, cool. I'll do it as well. So Ravens here. I'll go Ravens. We win at home 1-0. Bengals, we win at home. We'll do all 3. So 3-0. Buffalo Bills 3-1. Green Bay 3-2. Colts 4-2. Dolphins 5-2. Vikings 6-2. Seattle 7-2. Then away is 7-3. Ravens 7-4. Bengals 8-4. Browns 9-4. Bears 9-5 for Lions. 9-6 Chargers, and then 11-6. I got beating Pats and Jets. That easy.
Yeah,
that easy.
That was easy. It all depends on where they get them, and that we'll know tomorrow when they're playing them. And then Shazam. Yeah.
G'day. Don't know what's going on. We always lose one team worse on paper as well. So got to keep that in mind.
Well, and you know what? It's been like the Colts or New England the last couple of years, because we were supposed to beat the Colts that year. We were supposed to beat the Cardinals, and then that was the Kenny Pickett debauchery. We couldn't score any points.
Yeah, but also last year, we went through it last night. Like they beat the Browns and Ravens back to back. They beat the Raiders out in Las Vegas, which is tough to do. They beat as well the Commanders, and they were playing pretty good football. right? So there's some good positives as well, but obviously the turn down was that 5-game stretch where this lost every game in a row, right?
And we were beating the Ravens in that fumble, and then I mean there.
So
that game was
I think one of the big games was Chargers. We started 3-0 and beating the Chargers 2010 was a highlight because the team was projected to lose that one as well. You know, they said that the Mark Schreller, the former Denver tight end or whatever he was, or tackle, he was talking about that the Broncos were so much better than the Steelers, and the Steelers can't have this, whatever, and we beat them. So it all comes on any given day. It's always just to judge it after.
And also at the game you went to for Kansas City, if they had the Jaylen Warren touchdown, that could have been a difference maker because that was a 10-point or 14-point swing because we didn't get the touchdown and then Kansas City went down and scored. So
and Toddy's right too. The Steelers often beat teams that are better on paper. The year where the Bengals were meant to week 1 take us out of town, we got them. Yep. Another year, the Buffalo Bills, we went to their house, and then we took care of business too.
It all depends if we play who we play.
It goes either way. People get so caught up in being so fucking negative, and they're like, "Oh, this team can't do this."
That's why I got my crystal.
Yeah, but it's like that hadn't started yet, you know, and we lost this team.
Yeah, we don't even know. Like we're already picking them to get into the playoffs based on the people that we have right now, and then who we have.
That was quick. It could be 10-6. It could be 9-6. But that's to me is 11 wins are on the table because they could beat these teams. Maybe definitely.
Maybe our tough teams is averaging 175 yards rushing a game, and holy heck!
Oh, g'day Z. Thank you, mate. $19.99 from my Irish fund. I'll be over there in no time. Actually, we're gonna start a 24-hour stream right now. I won't go to work. Thank you, Z, mate. I
cough.
I appreciate that.
Is that Z from the Roundtree?
No, that's Z-Bot. I don't know. Okay. Thank you, Z.
Z, thank you.
Yeah, I'll definitely use that because all this coin is going to help me out. Go to Dublin. I've got to figure it out. I've got a hostel already, but I got to figure out flights and I got to figure it out, Bubba. This is insane. What I have to do in 4 or 5 months.
GoFundMe. I did a GoFundMe for my my one wrestling buddy who tours Achilles, and God bless him, Chris Coleman, and he in less than 24 hours we got over $4,000.
That's crazy. I forgot. Yeah, Jeans has been a while since fireworks. That's right. I've had 4
you better
here.
Play that.
I've done no fireworks at all.
1999 is pretty big.
Add those fireworks. All right.
Get cannons.
You reckon there'll be fireworks at the draft?
Oh my God, yeah. Heck yeah, man. But we're going to be out of town. I'm not going to be able to hear them because there's going to be a million people down there. It's just going to be crazy.
Just a quick one too. Yeah, Jedevil says that the wrestler Sabu passed away. I think a few days ago as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you ever meet him, or did you?
No, I never met him. I know he's been on a circuit. He wrestled his last match in WrestleMania weekend, and he cracked his head. He cracked the back of his head, and he was 60 years old. And actually, I know this is not a wrestling show, but actually, his life was about like the wrestler, because in the wrestler movie, when Mickey Rourke actually at the end, you don't know if he lived, but more or less he passed away in the ring. He was bad. He did not want to. He didn't want to go get checked out, and then he was in bad shape. So, and Sabu he done some crazy stuff.
He's from my time watching, he was crazy.
Oh yeah, ECW. Him and RVD tagged up. Homicidal,
he did some wild things like into tables and barbed wire and everything. He threw his body all over the shop, didn't he?
Yeah, that was all out of ECW, out of Philadelphia. You know, Sandman, Tommy Dreamer. You know, I just saw a highlight where Rhino got taken out by Sabu. Lights went on and there was Sabu. You know.
Yeah, and rest in peace Sabu, and his legacy will live on for sure in YouTube clips and wrestling lore. Dante says, Bubba, we need Mark in the ring. Hey, I could take a suplex.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. It said we get a lot of people in today. I think the longer I go on, maybe the 24-hour stream could work because.
Well, I
People
did
come in
7
and-
hours and it was, whew. I mean, I had to go to the bathroom and I mean, I'm
But yeah.
ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I might need your help because I will be planning it next few probably weeks or whatever. Take some time off. I just want to go hard in the paint. But yeah, I could go in the ring. I could probably do it.
You're a good manager.
Maddie Cake says, how much do you think? Oh, Dead's in a heartbeat. Get me in there, Chief.
Oh, that would be awesome. I
Get
would
me in
promote that and you would kick his ass.
Yeah, get me in there. He's taller than me though, but I have a
I
chance.
don't care. I'd hit him in the back with a steel chair myself. I'd hit him in the back with a chair, and then you cover him. 1, 2, 3. We take over his Steeler channel, and we shut down the Washington channel, and we take over.
That's what I'm saying.
We
It
take
could be
over like Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, and we'd be like,
Steelers.
too sweet, Steelers, and then yeah.
It's really a Steelers fan versus a Commanders fan.
Yeah.
You know? And no one knows that.
He's not a true Steeler fan.
That's absolutely wild to me. Matty Cakes, how much do you think tickets will cost for the secondary market for I have no clue. I don't know. All I've done so far for Dublin is book a hostel that I haven't paid for yet because it's like free cancellation. So I don't know, but I will be over there 100% if it's at the game, if it's near a fence, if it's near a pub, if I'm surrounded by one Steeler fan in a bar, like I'll be happy. I'll be over there somehow because it's going to be nuts. And I'll be trying to report it as well on my phone or my laptop as best I can. But it's going to be nuts, Bubba. The crowd over there, the Irish crowd, love football.
Crazy.
They love sport. They love drinking.
Yeah.
You know, for Steelers fans.
Yeah, you'll be
Vikings
drinking
fans,
early. You're not drinking no coffee at 7 o'clock. You're going to be drinking. Yeah.
So, and I've never been there before too. So my legit goal right now is I might have to do some more Uber Eats, and I'm working too. And this is just to work as hard as I can.
You better practice
work hard.
partying. You got to get your tolerance up if you're going to Ireland. Irish car bombs, you know.
Could be a wild time.
Jameson
Another
whiskey.
person loved your shirt, bro. Oh, my dad went to see Akadaka this past weekend.
Akadaka. That kills me.
Does Dante know that? Dante, by the way, it's called Akadaka in Australia as slang.
Did not know that till today, Dante. Did not know.
There you go.
Yeah, I heard it was a good show. I heard they played really, really good. One of my coworkers went. He said it was awesome. You know, I just didn't go because I had to work the next day. And I mean, I saw him 5 times. And my wife couldn't get off, and I wanted to go see it with her. So
we got everyone coming in now too. We got Jamie was in here too, and G'day Steeler Girl 808 as well.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of people. You got a whole bunch of new people that I haven't seen that you've probably seen in your.
These guys been around for yonks. They've been in here for yonks.
Yeah.
They're the best.
They come around. It's like every 8 years.
Pitch the coffee idea to the Irish. I love that the idea might have legs. My coffee idea is fucking amazing.
Well, let me hear it.
Bubba. Hear me out, Bubba. All I'm saying is, on YouTube, how much like actual crap do you watch? Like here's a day in the life of this or this person doing that, or Instagram influencers, all that kind of stuff. Right.
I watch
all I'm saying is, I just want to take the absolute piss. I want to film a coffee being made every single day, and there's nothing changed, and build the followers up from 0 to 1 million. Like I just want to go downstairs, walk down the stairs, push a coffee button, and next minute the coffee free falls from that, and it fills up the glass, and that's it. And maybe at the very end of it, and that's it. And then maybe at the end of it, you have a daily inspirational quote for 3 minutes. There's that much crap on YouTube, and like people like getting famous for no reason. I figure, why can't I get famous for a coffee?
I know. I think of something too, and I don't know what. I mean, besides Steelers and all the stuff that I do, I don't know.
There are people like eating food on YouTube, like mukbang and all that kind of crap.
My wife watches some lady who cooks for 10 kids and it's got 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, so why can't I film a coffee every morning and then at the very end of it, like enjoy your day because there are not many left. I don't know. I don't know. Akadaka was a
drink. Would you take a drink of your coffee and then say the slogan of the day and then put it down, or
I don't know. I would just. For a minute and a half, fill the coffee up, then maybe pan out and take a sip and then say something inspirational, and that's it. That's the video. And do it every fucking day. And then people will be like, they'd be so hooked, be like, what's he going to say tomorrow?
Right. He'd be like, oh, today's Saturday.
Yeah.
And Hey,
Yeah.
everybody. It's
Tomorrow's a new day.
tomorrow.
That's it.
Get ready
And
for Monday.
And then when the show gets bigger, I can go international.
Yeah.
You know, I can go all around, get different coffees. I can get different places. I can go to different.
You can wear different hats. You can wear different hats. And no, what you do is you do the coffee and have a country flag, and then you wave it.
Yeah, it depends. What it could be. It could be Mother's Day. I could have flowers. It could be Easter. I could have a chocolate bunny with it. It could be Christmas wearing a Santa hat. You know, every day it's just film with a coffee. And these guys don't like it, but you film with a coffee, and then you're like, oh, I don't know. Don't forget to do taxes when it's tax day.
There you go.
It's fucking genius to me. It's a seller.
And you know what? Someone will probably steal your idea if you don't do it.
I've already seen some ideas like it. Matty Cake says here, I just bought an airline. There you go. We have a V. What's a Vibo? Eight of us going. That's fantastic. 8 people. Wow. 8 Steeler fans. That's insane. That's insane that they're going over there.
A lot of people.
No,
I'm not disappointed. I'd rather see him make it than other people on YouTube. I don't understand, or TikTok. Like last week, I did a TikTok live, and it was the raunchiest thing I've ever did in my entire life. Like, people were like just coming out of the woodwork and trying to troll me.
Yeah,
and I got hit on by all these people.
They weren't bots.
No. Somebody was disappointed that he wrote me a private message. He's like, I'm disappointed that you're straight and married. I'm like,
jeez.
What is wrong with you people?
Who are these people?
I know. And I was sitting there talking Steelers football. That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I'm like, look, people, I'm talking Steelers football. But if you want to give me money, give me money.
Yeah, the internet. I've always liked YouTube. I think YouTube is a good
YouTube
community builder.
Yeah.
And we've met a few people. Like I've met you, I've met Yuli and Gene. It's like actual real people, right? So yeah, I don't know about TikTok, because TikTok's it's like a 1 second thing, you know?
Yeah, it's
he said it was the crotch shot.
Maybe. I didn't mean to. I ruined my laptop that way, I guess. I don't know. But,
yeah, Jedova says coffee and Steelers. Yeah, Steelers fact seed. Yeah, it's a countdown.
Yeah, you're drinking coffee. On this day, Merrill Hodge rushed for 140 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then
that's it. That's fired in.
Louis Lips caught 3 touchdown passes.
That might work actually, but we'll see. But also a lot of time and effort. All right, Bubba, let's get out of here shortly, because tomorrow, I don't know if any schedules have been released, whatnot. I don't think anything's come out.
We were debating on what time.
Tomorrow, we'll be going like 7:30. What time's the actual schedule come out?
Oh, well, hold on. I better check.
Because I'll make a thing for it right after. What time? NFL.
You're
8 p.m. comes out? I don't know. We'll do it like half an hour before wherever it comes out. Yeah, he's not wrong. Jedov's not wrong. You can make those YouTube shorts and to gain subs and those kind of things.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
Like I took all my Wednesday shows and boom, I have almost, the Steeler Dynasty podcast has almost over 84,000 views. And then my Triple B experience has over 60,000 views. Yeah, and I haven't made $1 yet. But hey, who cares?
The YouTube
I'm not going to do coffee. I need to drink beer. Every day, drink a beer and have a saying. Like, screw the coffee. Drink a beer. Crack a beer.
Yeah, because the trending thing now, I'm fucking over it, is day one of doing this. Shut the fuck up. Stop doing day one of this. You losers. I'm over that.
That's how you do it.
I know it's a thing. It's day one of Steelers trivia. Drink and then say it. I'm over the day one because someone started it first, and every other fucking cunt took on board at day one, and now they're on like day 87 of like walking to Memphis from here. No one gives a shit.
157. Yes, Steelers win a Super Bowl.
I cannot stand the day one trend. I think the day one trend of like doing a backflip until I get 400 followers. Who cares, mate?
I ain't doing no backflip. I ain't running. I ain't doing shit. You want to subscribe to my show? Subscribe. I'm not doing circus fucking acts here.
I don't know what that is. What Dante, the YouTube reel lives. Richard Real lives or lives, Mark, it was cool. I don't know what that means. YouTube live. I don't. You have to explain me through that. But yeah, Bubba. So we'll come back here tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. Mike was on that one. I don't know which one he's talking about.
I don't know either. I have no idea.
We have a stream.
Well, I mean, there's so many ways to make money on social media. You know what I mean? Like, Facebook, you can make cash. I mean, we're close to 400 subscribers.
Yeah,
naturally, organically,
always. Oh, the vertical streams. Yeah, they're a different box of frogs. You know what I mean? Yeah, those are wild. When you go on your phone, it acts like a YouTube short.
Yeah.
It's so weird how YouTube works.
I get tired of holding it in my hand.
Yeah. Because the other bloke there, Jason from Mic Drop Sports, he does it that way. And it gets a hold. But then the audience is insane. You'll get people from everywhere, like Pakistan, still a nation. You'll get them all over the shop. Yeah. That's what I had a bit more time.
I've done one for my car too.
100%. Yeah.
There's so many ways. We're just gonna have to.
Okay.
You know what you need to do? You just need to do all these videos to get the money to go to Ireland. So every video,
I'm doing a 24-hour stream.
This is a video here. My first video going to Ireland, day 1, day 2.
I'm not doing it. Oh, day 1 until I go to Ireland. Date. That's just.
Yeah.
I think it's dumb. You could do it though.
Operation Ireland. Get me there, people. Operation Ireland. Get me there.
But Bubba, there's everything for day 1s. There's there's hanging up my washing until I get. I've seen one guy on Instagram. He's kicking a fucking rock until it becomes round. Have you seen that?
No.
There's like day 425 of kicking a rock until it's round, and the guy kicks a rock along the ground. And it goes,
Does he have
4 or 5
steel toe shoes on or something? Or?
No, but it goes 4 or 5, 6 meters and goes, that's complete. That's it. There's so many of them, man. So many of them.
There's a lot of stuff
Not wrong.
Yeah, I'm just scratching the surface. There's got to be a way that I can sit here and do stuff and never work again besides do internet stuff.
It's not even that. Don't think about the money or the coin. Just imagine how fucking stupid it is, because some of it's crap. I think that's why my coffee idea is taking the absolute piss out of these channels that are serious. That's why I want to do it.
Or if you just get up every morning and brush your teeth and look in the mirror and it's like, I'm that damn good. And then that's it. I'm that damn good. Every day. I'm that damn good.
Day 45 of brushing my teeth like I always do.
I'm that damn good.
Subscribe. It's just crazy. Yeah. And then after he weighs a rock, the guy kicks a rock 4 or 5 meters towards a ball, and then that's it.
That's crazy. I didn't see that. I seen a lot of stupid shit on the internet. Yeah. I mean, people probably think some of my show's crazy on the internet, but at least I try to be entertaining.
But he's right. Operation Ireland sounds like much cooler, to be fair, than day 1 go to Ireland.
Yeah, Operation Ireland. Yep.
I'll get there.
Operation Ireland. It's like a movie. It could be a movie. This is Mark trying to get to Ireland to watch the Steelers. Can he do it? Will he do it? Yes, he will. Watch him. I will say
this though. Anytime I've tried these ideas, they're day 1, they spin this, they're this, or putting a fucking picture up, it gets so fucking exhausting that you get over it. Like when I started last year the 88 countdown, the pictures on my YouTube post, and from Frymouth, and I went all 88 days. Didn't start 90, but I started 88, and I was it fucking wore me out.
I did that one. Every day was a player number.
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah,
never doing that again.
Nope. And you told me that you're never doing it again.
Mark Riverdances for day 88. Yeah, it's just insane. So you got to be careful when you do these things, because you got to be committed to them, but it takes a long time. It also wears you out as well.
I'm telling you, if you had a co-host that was a female and she was very, very attributable, here's your ticket.
Well,
and she has to talk Steelers. You bounce Steeler questions off of her, and if she gets it wrong, she gets it.
We had Mackenzie who was around in the Steelers.
Yeah, but no, you put her in a dunk tank. You do it live. A dunk tank. Water, and if she gets the wrong Steeler question, you throw a ball, and down she goes.
That's just men's marketing 101.
Yep.
All right, let's get out of here, Bubba. We're getting too long in the tooth. Too long in the tooth. Thank you, Bubba. We'll come back on the show tomorrow. Guys, we'll be half an hour before the event starts for the schedule, and then we're going to go over the whole schedule. So the big news was today, and I will get there. And also going to try and plan the Pittsburgh draft party too. There's a lot of things happening.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
There's things happening. So Steelers were confirmed to have this one, the Steelers versus Vikings, in September 8th, week 4. I'll find a way to get there, and I'll try and do a podcast with Bubba while I'm over there somehow, some way.
Yeah, I'll just be the base control center here at Akadaka, and we're going to get to go.
Oh, you had two. You had two people say this shirt was mad.
I know. I got this at
JC.
I think I got this at Walmart. Surprisingly,
that's a big win to say that you had. They're a good band. They're a great band.
They are a good band.
Take it easy. All right, guys, we'll get out of here. We'll be here tomorrow.
See you guys.
Half an hour before 7:30 or something like that. 7:30 it is. 7:30 p.m.
I do got to hit the gym tomorrow. I've been slacking.
Yeah, 7:30, and then we're going to do the countdown to the schedule, and then it's a lot of fun. So let me get out of here. Let me close it all up. Close the shop up. Turn the lights off. And Bubba, I'll see you and Shane tomorrow.
I'm going to go drink some coffee.
Bloody oath.
I'll see you guys later.
Hey, Road.
Got the light. Left the light on. See you later.